Hi, Margaret.
Hello, Gerhard. It's so great to see you again.
It's terrific to see you. What are some ideas that you could share with our audience on how to break the ice when they communicate with a new prospect?
I'll often hold up something where I write their name or their company or something interesting on it, just so that they know that it's personalized for them. So that's maybe kind of the starter or appetizer, if you will, of trying to break the ice. But if you want to take it to the next level, I also find recording your screen on their either website or that person's LinkedIn profile is particularly eye-grabbing because they say, hey, that's me. What do we love more than seeing ourselves, right?
What about holding up a cup of coffee with their name written on it?
Oh, I like that. Yes, like, hey, let's have a virtual coffee sometime, or maybe you have a meeting set for a later in the evening or afternoon, and say, hey, we can make it a happy hour.
What about humanizing the conversation from the get-go? What can you do with your background? I use my Salzburg background that always gets the conversation flowing.
I thought the same thing when I saw your beautiful background and we had our first conversation. I said, oh, Gerhard, how beautiful. And you said right away, oh, this is where I'm from. And, it really got the conversation flowing. So even if you're not personalizing your message to someone else, personalizing it to yourself. So an image behind you of where you're from, of maybe a sports team that you love, any point of connection. And it doesn't even have to be something that they do or a place that they've been. It's just a spark for that foot in the door to start having a genuine conversation.
But also, I think that trust and vulnerability go hand in hand. When a cat appears on the screen or a dog, yeah, it breaks the ice.
I love that you said vulnerability, Gerhard, because I think it's something that is starting to come into our vernacular as a good thing. Some of my most successful videos that I've sent out to people or conversations, even if they're live, is, if one of my coworkers walks behind me, or we're a very dog-friendly office here at Co-Video, and so there's constantly dogs walking around and coming over and wanting me to pet them. And if I just kind of let that happen and say, oh, hey, I wanted to say hi, and our office dog, Emma, apparently wanted to say hello as well. So, greetings from Co-Video. Those are the videos that people really connect with, or the introductions. And I almost always get a response back.
Mark Benioff, he had a dog called Kona, and he called the dog our chief love officer. We actually shot a picture of Mark with the dog and put him on the cover of Selling Power magazine.
Oh, cute. I love it.
Margaret, why don't we finish with a little role play? And you are the teacher, and I am the salesperson, and I am worried about using video to make a prospecting call. What will be the steps?
Okay, well, I would ask you, Gerhard, what are you worried about using video? What about it makes you nervous?
That I don't look good.
And do you sometimes do business in person with people? What's it like when you do business in person?
I'm fine. I'm totally comfortable. When there is a camera looking at me, I get nervous and worry about my appearance.
I totally understand that nervousness. It's sort of like hearing yourself on voicemail for the first time, right? It feels a little bit uncomfortable, but I have to tell you that charisma and that genuine connection that comes out when you're in person, the same thing will come out if you allow yourself to be vulnerable on camera and just record those videos. And I will totally acknowledge that it's not going to be right out of the gate. Like any sales skill that we're building, it takes a little bit of practice and time, and that's okay. So if you don't feel like you're knocking it out of the park right away, just stick with it. And don't worry about being perfect in those videos, because actually perfectionism is not going to be your friend in these cases. It's you with your wonderful self and your great smile and your fantastic accent. That in and of itself, someone will say, oh, I wonder where Gerhard is from. How interesting.
Right.
All those things that make us are a point of connection.
That's awesome advice. Where can people find you, and where can they find Co-Video?
Yeah, you can find Co-Video at just covideo.com. And then you can find me on LinkedIn, Margaret Henney. I hope you'll connect with me.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you, Gerhard. Great to see you.